Can you talk us through one of the biggest mistakes you've made? What happened?
Yeah, I would say maybe fundraising, right? For any entrepreneurs, if you plan to, build a company and want to grow really fast, very likely you will need outside funding.
Yeah.
Right. You will need access to the venture capitalist, venture funds. So what that means is, yes, you have to be prepared to pitch hundreds of times, okay, depending on the stages, right? Early stages and depending on the market too. I think one of the mistakes, I made early on, we spent a lot of time, crafting the best answers. Remember, one of the pitch competition at Chicago Booth. So my co-founder and I, we graduated from Chicago Booth.
Right.
That's where we met, in the MBA program. So there was a competition, for called Venture Challenge. That was very early on. Yeah, we were, it's like first few times of pitching. And so we basically prepare all the answers, all the possible questions they may ask us, prepare, try to perfect the answer.
Right.
Not only that, we have a slide for every single question. We have a slide for every single question.
Oh my God.
And during the pitch session and the Q&A, instead of trusting ourselves, by that time we already run the business for half a year. So instead of trusting, we know the answer. We run the business. We know the answer. We know the business more than anyone else, more than all the judges, right? So we basically, try to recall the answers that we memorized, try to look for the slides, the perfect slides that we could present, we could impress them. So it was a mistake, a big mistake, a huge learning for us. I think since that experience, we decided to, really, really be authentic. I think, authentically successful as an entrepreneur, being yourself.
Yeah, right. And it's amazing how far that will get you. I also had this conversation with someone on Wednesday who it's a group that I'm in, and somebody was talking about using slides for something. And the person who leads this group said, I'm personally not a fan of slides, by the way. I'll use them if I have to. But in certain settings, they're not appropriate. And in certain settings they are. But what you have to be careful of, and you probably obviously didn't realize this at that point, is that people often use that as a crutch. To slides.
Right.
Rather than just relying on what you already know. I mean, if you want to use a slide for impact, that's great. Do that. Use a slide for impact.
Right.
But don't rely on them for your whole presentation.
Right.
People put these massive pitch decks together. And I mean, pitch decks are important and there's certain things you need to include. Right. But I was working with a founder a couple of years ago, and his pitch deck there was so much erroneous information that didn't need to be in there. And I said, you've got to get rid of so much of this stuff. No venture capitalist is going to be interested in, this and this and this. And I explained why. And, he begrudgingly removed everything. Right. But I thought to myself, man, you've never founded a company. You don't know, and then of course, relying on great advisors and mentors. Right. Carol Schultz here. Thanks for watching this excerpt from Authentically Successful. The conversation doesn't end there. So if you want to hear this episode in full and all my conversations with many other successful founders and CEOs, please visit verticalelevation.com/podcast.